Welcome to round number 7 of the 2014 NASA RallyCross Challenge season here at the Negus RallyCross Circuit in Canyon City, Colorado. As hello everyone, it's Josh Mertz up here in the commentary box, bringing you the call for the Automotive Sports Network today. Our format for today's race, we have an 11-car field, 3 heats, 4 laps apiece. The top 2 will advance, the others move to the LCQ. You have to take the Joker jump once. LCQ is 3 laps, Joker jump once, top 2 advance, and the final will be 8 drivers for 8 laps, and you have to take the Joker twice. The car's on track already here in Negus for the first heat. Here today, Tanner Smith on pole, Casey Lester second, Cody Erdman and Brandon Nicholson will be your grid for the first heat. Here today, everyone lined up and finalizing here. Erdman is the team leader for MRT, as the shenanigans from last week has left MRT championless, as Mertz has withdrawn his entry. Hagenstein moves to car 3. That's pretty much all the silly seasons so far, as we're revving them up, and it's lights out and away we go. And off the line, Nicholson with the start. Brandon Nicholson, we've never seen that before. Tanner Smith on the inside of him, who will go where? Everyone except for Smith goes to the jump. Here on lap number 1, 3 wide over the jump, with Erdman, Nicholson, and Casey Lester, the 2 privateers battling, and the manufacturer car blasts away from both of them. As here's Tanner Smith, all by himself. He ran the regular course to get away from the chaos. As Erdman pulling away, Lester hits the bank, and it's going to allow Nicholson to take to the inside as the 2 privateers, which have been battling all season long, are side by side into the chicane. Who's going to budge? Nobody's going to budge. Nicholson runs it wide, hits Lester nearly, and Lester takes the spot as Nicholson has to back off. And at the end of lap 1, Erdman leads for Red Bull Subaru MRT in car number 2. And we can pretty much say that this season, we don't know yet, but Mertz and Erdman are out of it. Who knows what will happen with Hagenstein, as Erdman takes to the regular course. So does Lester and Nicholson per the regulations. Let's see where Smith will cycle through. Let's see if he can take the fight to Cody Erdman in car number 2. There's Erdman. He's going to get back on the regular course. Here is Tanner Smith. No contest whatsoever between the 2 cars, as Erdman just was able to get a better lap, and Smith is all by himself in second. So let's see what will happen here, as Erdman on lap number 2, he completes it, and halfway through already, cross flag shown in the flag stand, drift around the corner from Cody Erdman. Smith wasn't able to do the same, and Nicholson will have to run down the pit lane. I believe that's legal. Yes, it is. He just has to slow down. Or is there something going on with car 37? He stalled it on the pit lane, and he goes again. So we will try and figure out what happened with Brandon Nicholson, but apparently he stalled it, and I don't know what Nicholson's doing, but he missed the exit, the cutout, so he has to go around the grid, and the heat's just getting worse for the privateer points leader, as Lester was unable to show up, I believe, the last couple of weeks, if I remember correctly. It's been a while here at ASN, as Erdman takes the white flag. So Nicholson not really feeling the heat in the privateer championship, but who knows, this man in his private Mitsubishi, if he somehow wins the remaining rounds, he could somehow take the fight to Nicholson. I'm not sure about the Drivers' Championship, but I'm certainly sure in the Privateer Championship, as this was getting good, as Smith overran it. This will allow Erdman to take the advantage in car number 2. Let's see if he can hold this from Tanner Smith. Lester 3rd, Nicholson 4th. They are out of it. They are both going to the LCQ, but it will decide the bonus point. And at this point in time, MRT needs all the points they can because they do not have their champion driver. Off the final corner, Erdman will get the bonus point for MRT as he wins Heat 1 in Negus. And Smith transfers through in car number 13. As we will go to Heat number 2 here in Negus. I believe this is a 3-car heat, as we have 10 cars here today, 11 technically, but Brandon Lambert is not here. So that puts a damper on things. And if you want to hear about last minute, Tristan Hagenstein, car number 84 for this race, but he is not in car number 84. He's in fact technically driving number 3. So on our graphics, he will be referred to as number 3, but his car will say number 84. But that's simply because last minute, Mertz says, I'm not showing up. So the team had the 84 ready, and this was literally, the one's actually here, but he's in the trailer. He's not coming out of the trailer. So they had to run the 84. They didn't have a 3 sticker. So that's that. Just act like Tristan Hagenstein's in the number 3. But he's on pole. That is Matt Emerson in a private Subaru in car number 72, and championship leader Chris Wetz in car number 71. As the two Revolution teammates looked as though, without Lambert here, they're going to have a fight of their own for the Drivers' Championship. But who knows what will happen? Revving them up for heat number 2, and it's lights out, and away we go. And off the line, Emerson gets the jump, but Hagenstein side by side with him, and Chris Wetz in third. To the jump goes Emerson and Wetz, and to the regular course goes Hagenstein. You remember that disaster last season with then rivals Mertz and Hagenstein. Mertz drilled through Hagenstein, shoved him off the road, and he went on to win the race. But this season it will not happen. Mertz is not here. Hagenstein's his teammate. And if teammates crashed like that, I would question why they're teammates. But anyway, Hagenstein is clear, and these two cannot take a joker again. So we will see if Hagenstein can run clean by himself while these two are battling, as it's not really a good idea to take the joker jump when you are battling somebody, because you are going to lose time at the end of lap 1. Emerson leads. Wetz to the outside. Can he make the move? He did, but he can't make it stick. Can he? No! Emerson to the inside gets the spot away from the championship leader, as the Mitsubishis are on a tear here. 3 consecutive victories, technically 2. If you want to get into the technical details of St. Eustache, Mertz did not win in drivers, but the manufacturers and all that other championships, he was awarded 21 points. But on the driver table, Mitsubishi has 3 consecutive wins, and with 4 rounds left, who knows what will happen. We saw Revolution Racing make 4 in a row last season and then get interrupted. But with the 2 championship leaders being Mitsubishis, a strong privateer being a Mitsubishi, and the Subaru drivers not knowing what's going on, who knows what will happen. At the end of lap 2, these two are still battling to the death, and Hagenstein has not taken his joker. Emerson leads, and the outside again is Wetz. Can he make it stick this time? Overdrives turn 1. Will he get a run off the corner? No, but they're side by side. I may have misjudged that. Into the regular course, Wetz got it on the outside, and that is a drive of a man who wants a championship. What a move by Chris Wetz. And to the inside is Emerson. He looked. He can't make anything happen. Hagenstein in the background here on lap number 3. It looks like he'll take his joker on the final lap, and we'll see how he cycles through. With these two battling, he has gained ever so close to these two, 71 and 72, ironically. I just noticed that. Into the chicane for the penultimate time in heat number 2. Wetz and Emerson, I don't think they know that Hagenstein has not taken his joker yet, because he's minding his own business here. If our stopwatches were working, I'd be able to tell you lap times, but it's malfunctioning at the moment, as Emerson runs it wide and hits the wall. So that has taken him out of the battle, and let's see, Hagenstein has to take the joker. Wetz, Emerson, there goes Hagenstein. From the helicopter, he's crossing over Wetz. No contest whatsoever. No contest for car number 84. I said it, 84. Okay, just reference it as 3. I'll remember to say it as 3. Wetz, I told you the battle between Emerson and Wetz was going to limit Wetz's potential to try and hang on to Hagenstein. Look at the gap that Hagenstein has, and that's the difference of the jump versus the regular course here in Negus. It's 2 extra bonus points for MRT. Car number 3 is victorious in heat number 2. Hagenstein, followed by Wetz, transfers through to the final in Negus. And that's what MRT needs to try and attempt to claw back the Constructors' Championship from Revolution Racing, as those guys are pretty much gone from the other constructors. But even when Mertz is not here, he said, my driver's going to push like hell to try and get this championship. And he really expects this championship to still be wide open, despite the fact that he is not racing. There's the Miller Fortune Mitsubishi. I believe he ran it last week at Talladega. But if he didn't, it's a new sponsor for car number 51, as he has the Mangled Lemons Racing cars next to him here in heat number 3. As everyone getting lined up and ready, I believe Mangled Lemons Racing has re-signed the contract with Ford for 2014B. Obviously, there's no stating that Revolution Racing will be back, because it's obvious they'll be back. Them and MRT have been here since 2012A. But anyway, revving them up for heat number 3 here in Negus, and it's lights out and away we go. And off the line, hole shot goes to Sherman in car number 15. Cars and Living Good battling, and to the jump will be the Mangled Lemons teammates as triple champion, I should say, not defending. My mistake there. Dylan Living Good leading by himself actually, but he might be leading after this battle's done. But he is all by himself in car number 51, triple champion. The double defending champion Josh Mertz is not here. One of the bigger storylines after he and Living Good came together. He decided not to show up. Don't know if he's going to show up for Riverside. Don't know if he's going to show up for the Irwindale doubleheader. But we shall see. End of lap 1. Sherman leads in car number 15. And this is shades from last season at Bent Twig when Sherman took the fight to Dylan Living Good, then the triple defending champion. He took the fight to Living Good and won the heat in Bent Twig. So we do know that Sherman has pace in that Ford Focus, but it's only once in a while. Not to be mean to Sherman, but the car's pace really depends on the track, and Bent Twig really played to their strengths. And on lap number 2, Living Good cycles through to the lead, so everything I just said about Sherman leading is null and void. As Living Good rounds the dirt corner. As we saw last season, Sherman, I was just about to say, last season we saw Dylan Smith and Sherman tangle and get stuck on the bank. Hopefully we didn't see that again, and obviously we have not yet. Out of the final chicane to see the crossed flags, Dylan Living Good. We'll see them in race control. 2 laps to go here in Negus for heat number 3 and the triple champion in the Miller Fortune Mitsubishi Hoosier shod car. Then it's the Mangled Lemons Michelin shod Fords of Heath Sherman and Nick Cars. And this is pretty much the way they are going to be, as nobody has jokers left. And Living Good, Sherman Cars. That's your running order as you see it on screen. As Living Good, hopefully he's maintaining a decent gap, but Sherman's pushing. I don't know if Living Good's sandbagging or not. He might be sandbagging a little bit, just trying not to overcompensate, as Sherman is pushing like hell and possibly catching Living Good out of the final chicane. They're going to take the white flag here. Living Good leads, followed by Sherman, and Cars is stuck in the tire barrier. White flag for Living Good as he drifts around the first corner. Sherman in second, Cars is in third, so unless something catastrophic happens, these two are leading, or these two are transferring through. And they're maintaining pace. They're trying not to push too hard over the Joker jump there, because remember, you do have to go in between the ramps, and it's really tricky. There's multiple lines. There's one of the aggressive lines where you can jump off of the ramp. And on the bank goes Sherman. I don't know what he's doing this for, possibly to test that effectiveness. I don't think that line really worked. I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't see why not. There's only 3 cars and they're all separated by a while in between each other. And this is going to help his championship chances. And he's going to slow down, but he still wins the heat by a close margin. Living Good over Sherman, and Cars will go to the LCQ in car number 35. As I believe we have 4 cars in this LCQ. but my count may be wrong. That's the wrong graphic. There we go. There is the LCQ grid, and it's 4 cars on pole: Nicholson, Cars, Lester, and Emerson. I think Emerson's pulled into the wrong grid spot. We'll get this sorted eventually. I don't know if he knows where to go. We have all gridded him wrong here. In Negus, it's Nicholson, Cars, Emerson, Lester, and the top 2 will advance through. As 6 cars have been decided. Excuse me there. 6 cars have been decided. There are 2 spots left. So it's going to be a 3-lap race here to decide who gets through. As gridding them up, getting ready to go here. Nicholson, Cars, Emerson, Lester. Revving them up for the LCQ. Here we go. 2 cars get through. It's a 3-lap brawl, and it's lights out, and away we go. Off the line, Emerson gets the whole shot, followed by the 2 privateers, and the manufacturer car right behind him, Cars, in car number 35. Lester, late decision on the Joker, but he follows Emerson in car number 72, and that'll leave Nicholson and Cars on the regular course. This should allow Emerson to pull away and set fast lap times in order to compensate for the gap that he was able to achieve because of the Joker jump. Lester second, Nicholson third, Cars in 4th. Will the manufacturer car be able to join his teammate in the final? We shall see. There's 2 laps left to play here in Negus. Out of the final chicane, Emerson now has to push hard to try and maintain the gap over Nicholson and Cars. 2 laps to go. Nicholson has to take to the pit lane again in car number 37. I don't know if he'll stop, as director has confirmed to me that he had to stop for a penalty, but there he goes. He finds the cutout. No harm done. Let's find Nick Cars. Let's see if he will take to the jump. He does. Let's see if he can get past Lester from the helicopter. Let's see, there's Lester on the very left side. He gets to Lester. Emerson's out of the question, but we're going to see if Lester will take the fight to Cars. Cars runs it wide. Nicholson's out of the equation. So is Emerson. Side by side for the transfer spot in the LCQ, as it's Lester v. Cars and the manufacturer vehicle of Nick Cars. I can't say car because that makes it sound really weird. Takes the fight to the privateer, and he sneaks through. And we're on the white flag lap here in Negus for the LCQ, and the top 2 advance. The rest are awarded points 9th through 11th. As remember, Brandon Lambert is not here, but he is still awarded points, as I believe he was the championship leader. I may have called Wetz the championship leader, but to be honest here, all 3 of them are possibly they're all championship contenders, which is strange because Livingood was way out of the championship fight. I think he found himself in 8th place after the third round of the championship, and Lester looks like he possibly has a suspension issue as he came over the Joker there. But Emerson and Cars looks like they are going to set the final grid spot here in Negus. As off the final chicane, Matt Emerson, we haven't seen him since Spain, but he's in a private Subaru, and he wins the LCQ uncontested over Nick Cars in car number 35. And this battle will continue as Nicholson to the pit lane for a second time. Nicholson, who will win in privateers over these 2. Nicholson and then Lester. And ignore that statement about winning in privateers because I forgot Tanner Smith is a privateer. So that was for second in privateers. Nicholson 17 points, Lester 15. So the final is all we have left here in Negus. And let's set the grid for you for what should be an exciting battle. On pole will be Cody Erdman in car number 2. Behind him will be Tanner Smith in car number 13. There's Chris Wetz. So on the front row will be on pole position Car number 2, Cody Erdman for Red Bull Subaru MRT. Next to him, his teammate for who knows how many more rounds, Tristan Hagenstein, car number 3, featuring his Klondike scheme. Next to him, the triple champion Dylan Livengood in car number 51. And next to him, the winner of the LCQ, Matt Emerson, in car number 72, as it looks like the two LCQ drivers have no clue what they're doing. Someone hasn't informed Emerson of the rule change. The second row of the grid will be Tanner Smith, Chris Wetz, Keith Sherman, and Nick Carr as your 8-car field. There are 3 manufacturer cars, 1 privateer on the front row. Then there's 1 privateer and 3 manufacturer cars. So 6 and 2, and who knows who will win in privateers. But our 3rd and 4th are settled. Nicholson and Lester. 1st and 2nd are all to play for in that championship. And the big picture, drivers, constructors, and manufacturers, will be decided after 8 laps as 500,000 horsepower is go! And I meant 5,000, but let's go with it anyway. Off the line, Livengood gets the whole shot like usual. Who's going to take the fight? It's going to be Sherman, Hagenstein, following Livengood as Emerson, Smith, Erdman was pushed wide, Wetz and Cars. As Hagenstein, Sherman over the jump has issues, and look at this cluster of 5 cars in the regular course on the first lap. It's Smith and Emerson on the inside, Wetz and Erdman on the outside, and into the corner for the first time. Smith bowls into Sherman. That's the 2nd car he's hit, and he's on the side of the bank. As this is chaotic between Sherman and Smith. And this has allowed Livengood to pull away. Hagenstein 2nd, Wetz 3rd, Emerson 4th, Erdman 5th. As these guys are battling to the death with 7 laps to go. Erdman battling hard with Wetz. If I say battling hard every time, you'd give me $1 and I'd be rich. Livengood to the jump for the first time. Hagenstein to the regular course. Erdman still battling with Wetz. And he will take to the jump. Let's see where Erdman will filter through. Will he be able to catch his teammate in car number 3? I don't believe so, but we will try and see. Will he get him? No. Car number 3 holds car number 2, and car number 51 is out and away from the rest of the field. As I believe he took his Joker jump on the first lap, and that allows him to keep away from the rest of the field. Ending lap number 2 and beginning lap number 3, 6 laps to go here in Negus. And it's all Dylan Livengood leading here. Hagenstein, Erdman, those have cycled out. It's Wetz in 4th, Emerson 5th, 6th car is 7th Sherman, and 8th is Tanner Smith after the shenanigans here on the first lap. I've never seen a more chaotic first lap here in Negus, but I guess everyone wants to try and get the 20 points at the end of the night. So, who knows? Lap number 3, halfway through, and it's Dylan Livengood leading. And I'm really convinced that the new Mitsubishi has pace. I don't know if they upgraded it from last season, but these cars are flying. As Livengood pulling away from the Subaru teammates as they are battling, and they have to think to themselves, Hagenstein is higher in the Drivers' Championship. He has a potential shot, but with Mertz not here, Mertz isn't giving team orders. Team orders is illegal anyway, but you know how MRT tries to code things. It doesn't work. Lap number 4 beginning, by the way. These two, car number 3, car number 2. Erdman's the senior driver. You figure that's his logic. He wants to get by the junior driver. But that's not going to happen. Without Mertz here, there's really no basis for anything that is said. But Erdman catching his junior teammate, quickly thrown into the spotlight. I mean, we act like Hagenstein's not a good driver. He's been here since 2012A, but in the team, thrown into the spotlight because the double defending champion is not here. Representing Red Bull and Subaru on the main team. As Livengood is gone from the rest of the field. I don't think we've seen this dominating of a performance in a long time since 2012B. End of lap number 3, beginning lap number 4. Halfway through here in Negus. And these two are still battling. Oh, wow, Emerson hits the wall. And this is getting good. Tanner Smith's mad at everybody, so he's going to slice his way through the field. And these two are still battling for the podium, and these 4, I guess you could say, are in a battle of their own. As there's the lead, there's the battle for the podium, and then there's the battle for best of the rest. As to the Joker goes Tanner Smith in car number 13. And to the Joker goes the number 35 of Nick Cars. As ending lap number 4 and beginning lap number 5 will be Dylan Livingood in car number 51. So, 3 laps to go, I believe, as all this paying attention to this battle has ruined my lap count. So I believe there's 3 laps to go. Hagenstein and Erdman battling to the death, and Erdman shoves Hagenstein wide. But Erdman overcompensated, ran it wide, and Hagenstein, in car number 3, tried the undercut. These two are battling to the death, and this is what you get between teammates that aren't ordered to be single file all the time. What a battle between these two. As we see, Smith was not able to catch the MRT teammates over through the Joker. And Sherman will take to the jump, so has Chris Wetz, and we're going to see if Wetz can get to Tanner Smith. Where is Tanner Smith? Nowhere to be found compared to Wetz. And Sherman will get past Cars, and on his side is Emerson, but he flips it back over. He is in 8th spot. I think 2 laps to go here in Negus for Dylan Livingood. Does it even matter anymore? As he's able to fly away from the rest of the field. And he's the only champion in this race, as Lambert and Mertz are not here, and you can see this is the drive of a champion, as he is out and away from the rest of the field. He's been there since the start, and I've never seen a more dominating performance since possibly 2012B with one of Josh Mertz's performances. As he is completely gone from the rest of the field, and the MRT teammates battling, but it's not for the top spot on the podium, but it would still be good if they could sneak a double podium away from Chris Wetz, which is unfortunate because Chris Wetz is realistically the only other championship contender, although this guy, if you check his results, if he didn't finish a random 14th spot in Spain, he could possibly have snuck something away from these two. So I believe this is the white flag lap for Dylan Livingood. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. Just between us, because he's gone. He's been gone for the whole race. And it looks like Hagenstein will give up the gauntlet on Cody Erdman and maintain the 3rd spot. Although Erdman's got a Joker, so we'll see what happens here. Both of them do. Will this tighten this up? I don't believe it will. As Erdman and Hagenstein, not even close anymore. I don't think they will get close. So I think this is the last lap of the race, as these two took their Jokers trying to get close to Livingood. But we'll see here, off the final corner, Erdman's trying to take the fight to him. Livingood crosses the line, white flag, in Negus, I believe. Yes, it is the white flag in Negus. No, it's not, actually. That was a complete commentary fail on my part. If we could talk to a director and please get me a lap count, that'd be nice. As I completely blew the finish call for the first time in a long time, Dylan Livingood has won the race over the MRT teammates of Erdman and Hagenstein, as we will get your results here. Those are your official results here in Negus, as I completely blew the finish call, but, you know, oh well. Dylan Livingood wins. Erdman, Hagenstein, Wetz, Smith, Sherman, Cars, Emerson, Nicholson, Lester, your results. Not pictured is Lambert. He's 11th. We didn't feel like making another slide anyway because he didn't even race. The top 10 in drivers' points, Wetz has snuck the lead over Livingood, 104 to 100. Lambert is 96 because of him not appearing. Hagenstein has jumped to 4th with 85. Fleming hasn't been here since Island Rally. He has 64. Mertz is 59. Smith 53. Cars 53. Erdman 45. Nicholson 39. The Constructors' Championship hasn't changed. 198 Revolution. Subaru MRT 184. Volkswagen 135. Mangled Lemons 103. MRT Junior 94, but we haven't seen them in a couple weeks. And the Manufacturers' Championship, Subaru 123, Mitsubishi, another win, 121. Volkswagen 98, Ford 73. And with this, we have 3 rounds left and 63 points left for the season. Who knows what will happen here in next week at Riverside for the final Endurance Cup round of the season. But until then, thank you for watching, and so long, everyone.